This is activity number 2 for the homework of week 5, winter of 26 in the computer aided design course. Now, the activity 1 was this same geometry, except that I wanted you to do the problem by renaming dimensions, okay? Not creating parameters, renaming dimensions. So in this activity 2, I will actually create uh, parameters and use formulas to assign certain things to those parameters. The only thing is that when I did activity 1, inadvertently, I did not make this dimension L, but I made the dimension from the end of that, the apex of that circle to that point to be L. But I fixed it, I changed it so that it is from the center here all the way to that point, not from this point to that point, as it was done in activity 1. All right, so on homework and tests and things like that, you have to do it exactly like what we're told. All right, so first of all, if I want to activate parameters when I create them, I need to go and say, go to the tools, options. This is before I do anything else. On the parameters and measures tab here, okay, and select the knowledge tab. So parameter in the tree with values and with formulas. Okay, so I need both of these. So I check both of these, and then we say, okay, good. It was already checked, so I didn't do it. Now let's start with the part file. Don't forget to save these things as you go along. You don't want to run into a situation when on a test or midterm or final you come across a situation where it's too late to save, you did not save properly, things were overwritten, etc. So I'll call this thing activity 2, and this is parameters, not the renaming, parameters. And then we say, okay, this is the name, and I'll go to file, save management, save as. I have a folder here, November, oh yeah, right there. And this is the folder it's going to go to. All right. First thing that we're going to do is to create that nominal part, just like I did in activity 1. So on that vertical plane, which is convenient, I'm going to draw two circles, semicircle. That center one like that. Let's not worry about dimensions right now. We're just going to make it. And another one, same center from a different point over here. Oh, good. And then I'm going to draw a line here, going from this point horizontally. And to make my job easier, by the way, notice that it says tangent to that, but it doesn't say it is horizontal. So I'm going to make it horizontal. So there are different ways of doing it. For example, you can do it like that with right clicking, horizontal, etc. Or you can select this thing and go there and say make it horizontal. The choice is yours. Now I'm going to mirror that line, mirror it. Where's the mirror with respect to this axis? It's down there. Very good. And then I'm going to complete the rest of this by drawing a line from here, under this, to there. Okay. And mirror this, or draw another line from here to here. It really doesn't matter. So you can mirror it if you want. You all go like that. Okay. Oh, let's close these lines. So the first thing that you're going to do is to create a nominal part, and that's what we're doing here. And another one, because of the construction, these are going to be symmetric, so you can mirror it or you can draw another one. And let's do a cleanup. So I'm going to go to under operations toolbar, quick trim. Let's get rid of the stuff that I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that line. And I don't want that line. Okay. Let's check our restraints, see whether there's anything wrong with them. So I'm going to select this corner point and move it. The whole thing should deform symmetrically. If not, we have to go and do something with it, clean it up. That looks good. See, everything moves symmetrically. Very good. If I select this and move it, everything moves symmetrically. If I select this thing and move it, everything moves symmetrically. Very good. And now we're going to create our dimension, nominal dimensions. What do I mean by nominal dimension? Anything that we want to parameterize, we're going to dimension here. So, for example, we're going to dimension from that point to that center, which I inadvertently made it from this point to that point, but fix it here. Dimension this radius, dimension this radius, dimension this angle from here to here. Notice that it's all green, means that everything seems to be okay here. So we exit and we pad it. That's what. Okay. Now notice that in my tree, I don't have any parameters appearing because I haven't created them. So let me go to the knowledge toolbar, click on f of x. Notice that here, you just see on the slide, notice that here you can create parameters of new parameters of type. We're going to have 4 length parameters. And what are those 4? There is R1, R2, L, and this W. And there's an angle parameter. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is length. Now, I'm going to click on this new parameter. Let's make the first one, L. Now, this L is supposed to be the L that you see there. Now, how big an L? Now, it says value 0. So if I want to put a reasonable number there, what I can do, I can select the screen. It shows you all the dimensions that are appropriate here. Now, where is that parameter that I created? Let me see. Now, I did create something here. Did I create my parameter? I don't think I've created it yet. Okay, let's try it again. New parameter. Oh, it was this one. Sorry. This one, the value of that, I'm going to make 194, something like that. 194. Okay, very good. Right now, just these parameters that are creating. Now, this length 2, I'm going to call it, how about W, the width of this thing. I'll call it W. And, well, whatever the value is, 10 millimeters, that doesn't matter. Another one, new parameters. And this is going to be R1. And I'm going to use more or less that number, 91. And another one, R2. And right now it says roughly, I don't know, 50, 62. I'll put down 60. Good. Okay. Now, we need a parameter of type angle. So change this thing to angle. And say a new parameter of type angle, call it beta. And right now it's around maybe, I don't know, 60 degrees. So I'll put roughly 60 degrees. And then we say apply and close it. Notice that uh, the parameters that I've created, they should have appeared here. So let's go ahead and find out why it did not appear. So let's go to Tools, Options, Parameters with this. Yeah. Value. Okay. I don't see them there. And I'm not sure why it's not coming up. Okay, we have to go to infrastructure, part infrastructure, and do it like that. Okay, so let's go. That's the one thing I did not do. So we go to tools, options. You go to infrastructure right there. Infrastructure, part infrastructure, display, parameters, and relations. Okay, now you have all of these showing up. Okay. At this point, if I change these numbers, nothing is going to happen because these have nothing to do with that model. So now I've got to create my equations. So click on f of x one more time. Okay. All right. So select the part. All the dimensions appear. I want this thing. See that? I selected it. I selected this dimension. I want this thing to be L. So you say add a formula. When I selected this, it went to the database and selected the proper name. Add a formula equal to, I want it to be L. If you click on rename parameter, it gives you all the ones that you created if you forgot what it was, but this is easy. So L, make sure you left double click on this so it puts it there, or just type L over there and say okay. Now let's try this one. This is the angle. Add a formula equal to rename parameter beta. And then we say okay. Let's select this one, select this dimension, add a formula equal to rename parameter, and that's our one. Left double click. Remember, left double click. And this one, add a formula equal to rename parameters R2, or you could have typed R2 here. It doesn't matter. The only thing that's left is that width. Now that width is the width of path, which is, I believe, is right here. It's this thing, yeah? Add a formula equal to W. And then you say, okay. Now, notice that because the values of parameters were these numbers, this is going to resize, but very close to the original geometry. If I say apply, there we are. Now I can go to the, I can close that. Now I can go to my tree, and this is how we're going to do it on the exam. If you're asked to parameterize, not by renaming, then it means that this is what you want to see on the tree. So I can go, for example, here is W, I'll make it 20. And then we say, okay. Notice that this is 20, kind of hard to see. Let me make it 100 so that we can see it better. There, you can see that better, right? Maybe put it back to 20. I don't want to overwhelm that shape. Now, if you go to L, L was the distance from this point, center point, to that location. So if I go to L and I make it 300, there we are. Notice that this is now 300. If I go to R1, R1 was that radius. If I make that thing, for example, 120, there. R2 is that inside radius. I can make it 40. There we are. And the angle beta right now is 61 degrees. I can make it, for example, 20. If you put an unreasonable number, and I'll tell you what I mean by a unreasonable number. For example, if I go and make this thing 1, 10 may be okay. This is okay. But, well, actually, not this one, but the L. If I go and change the L here to something maybe 100, see how it looks like. Anyway, all I'm saying is that the numbers that you see here must be consistent with what you actually had in your uh, drawing. Okay. Sometimes you put unreasonable number here, the sketches become self-intersecting, and things don't work out. For example, let's try another one. Let's go and try with L. Let's try a very small number, less than the radius of or 2. So let me make it 20. Let's see if it works. You see, because if you go to the sketch will look like this. It's self-intersecting. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If I do this, it'll go, or if I go back and change this thing to this L, if I make it 160, it works. All right, folks, good luck.